And welcome back, guys, to Wolfenstein. I'm Superfly Kev. So right now, last time we basically just broke out of prison. Yeah, give me a second, dude. I'm doing an intro. So yeah, we broke Fergus out of prison, and we got laid. So that's pretty much what happened last time. Oh, we met that I forgot what her name is. A crazy German lady. I'll remember what her name is in a second, probably. All right, but let's drive. Oh my God! Oh shit! That's not how I was driving. It's Anya.
Loyal, tenacious.
Uh-oh. They got a tank after us. Let's go. I understood the assignment.
Shut it, eh?
Well,
I'm guessing we have to go up, huh? Come on, Anya.
I can't believe you made it out of there.
That was them probably blowing up the car.
Do any of you know how to hotwire a car?
I do. There's a whole mechanic built around it. Sure, Fergus does. Uh-oh.
Schieß! Kommt schon! Feuer!
Oh, good.
Yeah, come on. Sure, let me do it. I would have done it in no time.
got eyes all over the city, tracking her every move.
You get off the road then.
If this was nighttime, we'd have more options. The daytime entry to the Chrysler Resistance headquarters is no easy feat. Not that anyone's ever tried one before. Skies are empty for now. Lucky for us. Well, I'd rather die in the fresh air than in that damn prison. Right, you be on the lookout now.
Touché.
This is a two-parter. First, we need to hit that blind spot precisely dead on. You in position? Now! Go, go, go!
Nice.
Long as we stay in this here mist, no one will see us. Right, this is the second part. We're jumping. Don't hesitate, just do it. Soon as you hit the water, you're gonna hold your breath and swim after me. Whatever you do, stay under the water. You break the surface, we're all dead. There are Nazis fucking everywhere. Now don't
Copy
think
that.
about it. Just jump!
Not thinking about it. Just jumping. Don't think about it. Stay underwater. Do I need my laser cutter for this? Got it. Okay, now I turn the valve. Alrighty, come on, I need to surface. I have so much oxygen in my lungs. Ooh, an upgrade? No. A recharge station.
This is your new home.
Let's take a look at the new place. Oh, I like it. Just need a chance to basically think about where I need to put my setup. Obviously not there. It looks very hard to get to.
William.
Yeah.
Hold me, I'm freezing.
Okay.
Max, oh! Mr. Max.
Put him down, Max. Gently.
Whoa.
Please, Captain. This is Klaus. He's on our side. Used to be a Nazi, but not anymore.
That's
How
like
is
a
this
Hugo
possible? We're in the very
Stiglitz.
center of Berlin. You're hiding in
Another
plain sight.
It's the last place they would look at.
Will they not hear us?
Glorious Bastards reference.
Best to keep your voice down then, yeah?
Fuck me. B.J. Blazkowicz. I should have known only you would be dumb enough to do a daytime entry.
The lady.
Glad to have you back, Fergus.
Caroline, you're alive.
If you call shitting in a bag living, 3 pulverized vertebrae. You?
Head trauma, 4 inches of cast iron shrapnel right in the conch. Still in there.
Severed colon, septic shock, shattered pelvis.
Memory loss, flashbacks, 14 years in a loony bin.
Good to see you, William. So, what can you do?
What are you doing here?
Pleased to see you too, Tekla.
You're supposed to be dead, Fergus Reed. You've been gone for 3 months. This stupid anomaly. People don't come back from Eisenwald. And you, long since off the books. I've heard stories about you. I was told you died in 1946. Misinformation, always. You, I don't even know who you are. We're variable. Well, none of this has been accounted for. I will have to revise my whole model. Thank you very much.
I am hearing interesting things out of London. I have a folder marked Project Whisper, but someone has borrowed it. Klaus, I believe it was. Can you find it and bring it to me, would you please, Captain? Now that you are here, I think we can do great things. Why don't you sit with me, Miss Anya? Listen in on these frequencies. Anything out of London, make a note of the time and write down as much
Klaus.
as you can. Here is pen and paper.
Can I use your typewriter?
You know how to type.
Yes. My parents thought I should learn.
Ah, for you to take dictation, prescriptions and such.
Not really. It was useful during my time at the University of London.
Leave me alone, all right? I don't
I'm
know
sorry.
you, and I'm not looking to make friends.
I was only 16.
Hey, Bobby Bram. Finally, the British tyranny comes to an end. Oh no. London, June 21st, 1948. As if blessed by the sun, the German flag hung high this morning over Buckingham Palace to mark the end of a tyrannical monarchy which has plagued the English people for centuries. Field Marshal Gerald, not even going to try to pronounce his name, I know I'll butcher it, who led the British invasion, cautioned that armed resistance is to be expected. But the majority of the British people will soon realize how they have been fooled by the British government's warmongering leaders. Following the surrender, the whole of the Commonwealth now falls under German rule, and the remaining armies have been ordered to stand down. Okay. Well,
Please.
this is just a timeline of events. Moscow in flames. Stockholm, March 16, 1945. The Red Army were forced to retreat last night from a Moscow engulfed by flames following a week-long German bomb raid. The barrage of mortar fire heard throughout the night and well into the morning, into Thursday morning, seems to have obliterated what was left of the inner parts of the city. As of yet, there has been no word on the whereabouts of either Joseph Stalin or his high command. Yep, dyslexia is a bitch. And we're back, guys. Sorry about that. My game crashed. So we'll try this
It
again.
was useful during my time.
The last one we read was the Moscow one, right? Yeah.
Leave me alone, all right?
In archaeology.
I don't
Fine,
know
I'll
you,
leave you alone,
The
dude.
and I'm not looking to make
I
friends.
had to go back home. I was only 16.
Okay. Extra prisoners escape Eisenwald. Berlin, October 13, 1960. Early morning, a small group of prisoners escaped the Eisenwald prison. The prisoners were described by the police as highly dangerous murderers, rapists, and degenerates. They advised the public to stay alert for people displaying deviant behavior and report anything that may help track them down. Help them track down these individuals. Victory in Asia, Berlin, July 8, 1948. Early Monday morning, a special assault team launched an attack on the last stronghold of the People's Rebellion Army within the Republic of China surrendered unconditionally. Experts commented that the Japanese government now have no choice but to give up their territorial claims in Asia. Sources close to Field Marshal claim that the plan is being drawn up for both China and Japan, which will transition the two countries into servant states with separate governments and military. These states, of course, or these states will, of course, be supremely governed by the superior German Empire. Of course.
Please, assist me in figuring out what these damn Nazis are up to.
The Red Surrender, Moscow, December 12, 1946. The cold Russian winter bites hard, but no one could not tell looking at the rosy, smiling faces of the victorious German army. The liberated Russian people, the last battle against the Red Army took place in Izvizhik, I think that's how you pronounce that, following their month-long campaign to seize Russian capital. A campaign which, after numerous setbacks and hundreds of civilian casualties, caused the Russian people to turn against their own army, with nightly bomb raids by the German Air Force on the Red Army's military factories in the Ural region. It was merely a matter of time before the Russian forces would start to lose their morale. The murderous tyrant Joseph Stalin is yet to be found, but there are rumors circulating that he may have been assassinated by his own men. Interesting. Well, we get to see exactly the timeline as when the world just practically went to shit. Alright. Regine crosses the Atlantic. Vancouver, July 3rd, 1947. Earlier this week, a German submarine was sunk in the Cobalt Strait, just a few miles off the coast of Cape North. Today, hundreds of ships crossed the Atlantic, and the first Russian troops set foot upon Canadian soil. Now is the time to be brave, said the Prime Minister in an emergency radio broadcast. It's now or never. Our boys at the front lines need your support to defend our homeland, to defend our freedom.
You can find...
Okay. Well, two more. Okay, Royal Air Force down but not out. Liverpool, June 25th, 1945. The Royal Air Force suffered a major defeat yesterday at the battle over Liverpool. Though major losses were reported on both sides, the RAF were forced to retreat after losing more than 2/3 of their own fighters. Jeez. But even when faced with overwhelming odds, our brave boys in the skies continue to fight for king and country. This fighting spirit may be what constitutes the very essence of Englishness. Okay. I'm not gonna do a British accent because I might butcher it and I'm gonna upset a lot of people. But anyways, us Englishmen will fight until the very end, said a corner shop owner trying to put out a fire raging inside St. Luke's Church. And I'll be damned if I will let some Jerry come here and tell us what to do. Was this man channeling the spirit of RAF pilot Jameson? Jameson, who was shut down above Liverpool yesterday, burst out of his burning wreckage, his body on fire, armed with only a pistol, and killed 4 German paratroopers before finally succumbing himself. Even as the enemy stands at our doorstep, the RAF will go to hell and back to kick them out of England. Jolly good, boys. Wow, this Jameson guy is a badass. Like,
You should have the folder for Project Whisper.
okay. Got it. Second floor. I read this one, right? Yep. That's the last one. But yeah, that Jameson guy just like comes out of an airplane on fire and he just kills 4 paratroopers with just a pistol before he dies. That's crazy. Triumph in the East, Berlin, April 4th, 1947. It was a devastating defeat for the Red Army when the German flag was raised on the western side of the river Volga this morning. In a statement to our reporter on site, Field Marshal Frederick Ritter said that the victory is not only thanks to our hardworking, dedicated troops, but also the result of a new weapon that was deployed for the first time in battle. That Panzerhund is a, remember, those are those big mechanical beasts that scared me last time. The Panzerhund is a mechanical automatonous beast of war that cannot feel fear and cannot feel remorse. It is the purest form of a killing machine, and it will tear the Russians apart limb by limb. Oh, I did that one pretty well. Sorry if I stumble on my words, you know. It kind of reminds me of being in high school and you're picked on to read and you get that anxiety. I'm just doing that in front of an audience of people over the internet, and I'm trying to ease into things. Did I read this one? No. Last Flight in England. Paris, September 17, 1951. The stalwart resistance of the brave people of London has been quelled. Claimed sources inside London after the August uprising, which had seemed like a turning point for the resistance fighters. The German tyrants unleashed their latest machine of oppression, a monstrous thing called the London Monitor. Eyewitnesses report described the fight as a massacre with the cobblestone streets drenched in the blood of the brave resistance fighters, crushed or gunned down by a giant machine. German elite combat units then proceeded to move from block to block, systematically taking out the last fragments of resistance fighters. Yep. This. What am I looking at? I just read that one. Is that it?
Are you deaf? I'm busy. Fuck off.
Jerk.
Trying to see if you had any more reading material,
You were
asshole.
looking for the Project Whisper folder. It's not here. Obviously.
You what, mate? I thought I heard him talking shit in the background. Just keep saying, find Project Whisper when I click on her. This is a pantry full of canned goods. The archives, they're locked. The basement is also locked. That door is locked. What is this? What am I looking at? Huh? Was it that it was? Yeah, that's exactly what it was. Locked. Can't read anything on the refrigerator. Can't open the refrigerator. That sucks because that means I can't get a soda pop. I forgot to bring a soda pop, so I'm kind of getting a little bit thirsty.
Make sauce.
Yeah, I know I gotta talk to you guys.
Must be Max's room.
But before I do any of that,
Where's Max hiding in there? Is that the Project Whisper folder? Either need a crowbar or find a way around.
guessing, yeah, Max is the guy that's like missing a big chunk of his brain.
This room
Probably
looks
lost
empty.
in an explosion.
Maybe we could sleep in here. Could use some shut-eye.
Right there, though. Oh, there's a vent in there. Okay. So if I can't find a crowbar, he said I can probably go around. Alright, let's get some sleep. BJ's been up all day. Cool. Looks like a health upgrade. It is a health upgrade. Okay, more reading. Wow, okay. Is this whole episode just gonna be reading? Cool. That's that German Beatles band that we read about last episode. Oh geez, this is in kanji. Or is this Chinese? This looks Chinese, it's not Japanese. Oh. Is it? Yeah, no, it is Chinese. Okay. Japan pushed back after Japan pushed back. Another threat approaches. Chongqing, March 7th, 1948. It was a proud moment for the Republic of China's and the People's Liberation Army as the Japanese were pushed back into the Hubei province. Yet from the north, another dark menace approaches at a swift pace. The German army has overthrown the brave Russian Empire and is now heading towards China. Another rousing speech earlier today. The chairman spoke of his faith in the English people. A unified China cannot be defeated, he said. A unified China cannot be conquered. A unified China will never surrender. America surrenders. This one hurts because I'm an American. But let's read about it. America surrenders. Washington, December 24th, 1948, on Christmas Eve too. Speaking to the American people in the falling snow on Christmas Eve, the President of the United States declared the government's total surrender to the German army. The announcement comes just days after the atomic bomb was dropped on New York. This violent act of violence may have saved millions of lives that would have resulted from a land invasion of America, said the German leader in a press statement following the announcement. I applaud the president for taking such a brave decision. After the president's speech, a spectacular show was put on by the invading troops parading down the streets of Washington to the roaring sound of German jet fighters passing by overhead. Even more spectacular were the massive mechanical beasts known as Panzerhoden or armor dogs hulking over the crowd. Now, I'm sure that was freaking terrifying. Atomic bomb hits America. Previs, December 21st, 1948. The largest bomb ever invented was dropped 13 hours ago on New York City, largely decimating Manhattan and killing over 200,000 people. It's an atomic bomb, said our great leader in a radio broadcast speech to the public. 20,000 times more powerful than the biggest bomb ever created before. But more than a bomb, this is a warning to the American people. Wonder whose room this is. You can see tools, bike parts. Yep, this whole episode is just gonna be reading, guys. Probably have to record longer. Alright, America rises from the ashes. The American spirit rises in the shadow of the mushroom-shaped cloud that was produced by Germany's evil atom bomb when it hit New York. Cells of the freedom fighters have assembled across the country and are taking up arms. Though targeted attacks on German VIPs and bombings of critical military installations, the American resistance is making it very difficult for the invaders to remain in control. Reports claim the German invaders have become so desperate that they are shipping elite anti-rebel units from China to prevent the insurrection from spreading. Eyewitness accounts also describe mass executions of civilians as punishment for attacks performed by the freedom fighters. Well, at least we gave them one hell of a fight. Editorial: Germany has betrayed us. Rome, October 13th, 1949. And so we must face the bitter truth. We, the Italian people, have been fooled into thinking that our northern ally will be our country's salvation and a collaborator in rebuilding Italy's to its former glory. Reports from the north are coming and describing German tanks and infantry turning against our soldiers and attacking our own people. Witnesses described the horrible scenes of whole villages burnt and plundered. We are now just days away from a complete invasion, and our weak government is incapable of doing anything about it. I advise all Italians not to surrender, to not bow down to the will of the invaders. Rise and take up arms. Do whatever you can to fight back the tyranny. Rise for freedom. Yeah, so everybody's fighting back. The liberation of America has begun. Washington, July 7th, 1949. The Honorable German Peace Troops embark on a nationwide victory tour this week. The goal of this operation is to liberate the opposed American people and protect them from dangerous insurgent elements. All remaining American military personnel are advised to stand down and return to the nearest and to report to the nearest German checkpoint. Once there, they will issue a labor card assigning them to work on rebuilding the country according to the superior cultural standards of the new regime. Of course. German New York. America loses naval supremacy. Tokyo, August 20th. Hey, my birthday. 1946. The Americans are on their knees. Field Marshal Franz Gustav Bayers told the gathered reporters during today's press conference, the superior German submarine fleet, accompanied by its loyal Japanese allies, has helped Germany achieve a major victory in the Pacific, with more than half of the American fleet destroyed in the Battle of Leyte Gulf alone. And another Chinese one. Benevolent liberators guard China's borders. Shanghai, October 25th, 1953. Thanks to the ingenuity of German engineers, the Great Wall of China has been reinforced and upgraded by our benevolent German liberators. Hundreds of powerful automatic flak cannons have been installed along the wall, guarding the airspace from any potential invaders from the Mongolian territories. Elite German troops have also been stationed from one end to the other to guard the border. This is a great act of generosity bestowed by our benevolent liberators, symbolically marking the beginning of a new era of peace in Asia. And I haven't done this much reading, out loud in a while. I usually just read to myself. Yeah, there's at least two more. Editorial: Is the terror threat over? Berlin, October 13th, 1960. A strange feeling of serenity comes over me as I walk my morning promenade along Utterdon, London. At first, I struggle to understand what this feeling comes from and why I haven't felt it for so long. Then it hits me. For the last 6 months, there has been no terrorist activity, no ruthless killing sprees against innocent civilians, no car bombs in peaceful neighborhoods, no suicide attacks on public transit. Has the secret police once and for all won the war against terrorism? I think after a while they did. And alright, here's another one. Mold infection in Berlin. London, May 15, 1953. It's fair to say there has been some sort of poetic justice from the reports from our resistance friends in Berlin suggest that a new type of mold spore has started infecting structures made out of super concrete used by the regime. It has started festering in the massive underground ventilation systems and is spreading throughout the city. Friends of the resistance, this could be a major advantage for us. The mold seems to corrode the stability or corrode the stability of the concrete, making it easier to destroy structures that are important to the regime in Berlin. Okay. Fergus.
Bloody fuck, Blazkowicz, I'm knackered.
Then go to sleep. I took a nap.
I haven't seen a real bed in months. Fuck off for a minute so I can sleep, right? Wake me if, let's say, the sky's about to fall or some such shite.
Okay.
Fuck it, just go away.
Get some sleep, dude. Sleep is important. Alright, let's talk to you. I don't have to talk to Klaus anymore? Oh, really? Just because I went in and got the thingy? Okay, well. What do I do now? I need a crowbar. The crowbar. Seems to be a vent in there too, but I don't know how to get in there. Any crowbars? That's a nice doggy. Any crowbars? Is there a crowbar here? Seems like a lot of tools. There's a crowbar. Yes.
Max, I really need you to step aside. Max, bitte. Geht zur Seite. Das ist wichtig.
Max, komm her! Komm an! Alles in Ordnung. Alles wird gut sein. I'm sorry. I should have known you would have taken it.
It's okay, man. He's a man living with half a brain, I understand. Must be hell. Just picking the time. I wasn't paying attention when my objective was. Okay, I gotta give it to Caroline. Gotcha. He's downstairs over here with Anna. Anya, there she is. Okay, I think I've seen everything this level has to offer.
Much obliged, Captain Blazkowicz. You ready for an assignment?
Sure.
Friends and comrades, this is it. Project Whisper. It's been in development for years. A helicopter aircraft. The Nazis have found a way to make it virtually silent in flight and undetectable by means of radar. Anya has decrypted the Nazi chatter out of London and located the only 3 prototypes in existence at the London Nautica research facilities there. With Captain Blazkowicz on the team, we are finally strong enough to strike at the operations. The days of scurrying like rats are over. With these machines in our possession, we can go anywhere, hit anything. We will rebuild the Kreisau Circle, arm ourselves to the hilt. We will rise up and take down Death's Head for good. They think the war's over, that we are weak, beaten, don't have the guts to oppose them. And as always, they are wrong.
I've got a 14-hour drive. I've got a sinus infection. I haven't had a full night's sleep in 8 months. So let's go, people. Because I'm not doing this again.
You've got balls of steel.
Stop. I just want to get this over with.
He has a shit attitude. I can't imagine trying to tame a robotic animal.
Danke. Sie können passieren. Ein Hitler!
Oh, Hitler.
Hi, Hitler. Not really, just I'm just trying to be in character. I'm not a Nazi, I swear.
This big fucking disgrace of a building is a London Nautica. This used to be downtown London. Used to be fighting in the streets over here. I mean, furious, unrelenting resistance. And then the Nazis brought in a London Monitor and everything went to shit from there. They just do whatsoever they please now. They just fucking leveled everything and erected this fucking monstrosity. It's a top Nazi research facility, this is. Aviation, space, all kinds of evil shit transpiring. Caroline and the other pilots should be over the radio tower by now, you see it?
Yes.
Anya's operating the radio back in Berlin. You can reach him using this.
Okay.
This is where you get off. So long, Blazkowicz.
So long.
You make this count, all right?
It's all up to you now, Blazkowicz. We are moving into position at the top of the radio tower, approximately 7 blocks from your location. You'll have to find a way to the top floor of the Nautica and open the hangar doors. That way me and the other pilots can get inside.
Well, I'm at a loss for words. What's that? More reading? Fuck off. Is it? Or is it just to the codec? Jesus Christ, I did not expect that dude to just kamikaze himself into the building. That was the dude with the sinus infection, so... Damn, that dude was ready, man. Call it go play. Alrighty, well... Sorry guys, I don't have that much time today, so I'm going to have to cut it short today. I know there hasn't been very an eventful episode other than that what just happened. It's been a lot of time just you guys watching me struggling reading. But yeah, I can read, I swear. I just get really nervous, you know, reading to a camera, knowing that people are going to watch this back. You know, like I said, I get stage fright sometimes. I'm just new to this. But anyways, enough of me rambling. I'm going to have to let you guys go. So thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you guys next time. Bye.